Hi and welcome back to my solo playthrough of Fallout the board game. Thanks so much for all your interest. It really seems a lot of you wanted to see this. Relatively certain it's because of the show on Prime, which again isn't really terrible. It's pretty decent actually. I really enjoyed it. Overall things are going okay, not well, but okay. One thing I did miss though was in respect to this very first quest here. Welcome to the Commonwealth, where I kinda missed one piece of the, let's call it, reward down here. And it definitely doesn't make sense thematically. Of course, the railroad should have advanced, and that was the main reason why I shouldn't have gone after this one here. I think I really should have gone after the radar, which did appear relatively soon. I think the first tile I flipped or so was basically showing that, or the second one. So I think that's a little bit on me. Anyway, something I can easily fix now by advancing the corresponding token one space down. It doesn't really help me with my agenda card here, but there could be other agenda card. I could declare loyalty to the railroad if I see fit. So opportunism is really a thing in this game. It definitely does make sense thematically. Apart from that, and thanks so much for making me aware of my goofs here, of basically an oversight. Really appreciate that. But again, with that being said, we should be pretty much good to go moving into the next round of the game. And I have two things to consider here. First of all, I could move into the super duper mod. We have a raided token. We don't know what it is, but right now it's inactive, so we are okay. But I could also move back to Diamond City. Again, we are still loyal. We have still our, what was it, bottle cap mine here. And at Diamond City, I could go after another one of our quests, Sign of Life, which we have to take during any one of those locations. And again, I am getting 2 rerolls out of this, and we would get another agenda card, which could be cool. We would be adding another card. Basically, I think this is then an encounter card. We are not staging anything new. So what am I going to do? The super duper mart simply gives us something here which we don't know. Here we know we get an agenda card, and I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'm generating 2 movement points. So my first action is to move 1 and 2 into Diamond City, and there we will take a quest action. And again, we will go after this Signs of Life. There are some supposed exiles from the world around town. One of them might be able to show up how to use the Pip-Boy. Exactly, we did find a Pip-Boy. So yeah, let's roll our dice. That's a first, let's say, normal test of the game. Therefore, we are still rolling our 3 vets dice, but now we do want to see the star symbols. We need 4 successes here. And again, we get re-rolled for every I and L special ability which we do have. And I already showed this to you. We have both of them. It's basically 2 re-rolls. So let's roll those dice. And that was a pretty terrible roll, quite honestly. So I will use my first re-roll to re-roll that. And I think we have failed that, quite honestly. I think there is nothing with 3. Yeah, that was the 2 we needed. Are you kidding me? The problem is we only had 2 re-rolls. Which means we were not successful, but I think we can try it again next round, if I'm not mistaken, because there are no real ill effects down here. Pity. Before I forget, I think we do want to heal. We will use the purified water. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So that wasn't terrible at all. Discard this to recover 5 health points. Nicely done. Okay then, let's end the round. We are drawing our next agenda card, and the mutants will move. And I think we are okay here. Wow. This fella will move 1, 2 spaces into our location. Keep in mind, he is fast. But because we have planted the bottle cap mine, after enemies activate, if at least 1 enemy moved into the marked space, kill each enemy in that space, then discard this card. Okay, that was amazing. So I didn't take any damage whatsoever, but I believe I still count to have killed it, which means I get now caps equal to the amount of a level here, which is basically 3 more caps. I totally take that. There was a quest we had before. which we could have solved. I think this is no longer there, but we have some money, which is good. So this fella is out of here, which is nice. And we are also getting 3 experience points. So with the first experience point, we are moving off, which means we are drawing another one of these special tokens. And we have the A, which again is another reroll. We still have 2 more experience points left, 1 and 2. And this is really a nice, easy way to simulate experience or stage level progression, because it's getting more difficult the more of these special tokens or abilities you have. And then last but not least, we have to spawn another one of these mutant monsters or mutant enemies down here face down, because again they have to activate first. Okay, so it's basically back to me, and I'm really tempted to do that test here again. This could really take me a while, quite honestly, but I still think I need this to make some progress. So again, we are doing a quest action, and again, as far as I know, the quest stays here. It's kind of a race. If you play the normal multiplayer mode of the game, it's really a race after these quests. And the interesting part is that different folks could try to fulfill a quest by meeting different objectives, and that is something which can really screw you over big time, and that's really something I didn't enjoy at all in the let's say competitive mode of the game, because it's already heavily dice driven. It's very random. Yes, you might get some rerolls, and once you get it, then you notice, oh, this quest is already done, someone has taken it through another means. Oh, really, I hated it. Okay, let's do. Okay, that's 2 successes. Again, we have, because let me view that again. We have an I and an L on this card, and we have the I and the L special ability here. I really don't know what it is. I could check it. I'm pretty sure it's mentioned somewhere in the rules, but yeah, I forgot. So I basically can roll this die twice. The problem is I have to basically roll a 6, because that's the only face on this die which shows 2 stars. And again, unlike the combat, asterisks or these stars are a good thing in these normal tests. Okay, that's 1. Let's re-roll that again. And okay, that is only a 3. That is terrible. The thing is, I just checked the rules and I can only encounter each location once during a turn, but I think I can take the quest action multiple times during a turn, unless again the result on the card tells me something different. I think I am allowed to do that again. I really hope I don't mess this one up. Maybe I should check the FAQ, but here the rule seems pretty specific, because again, encounter actions are very clear. You can take several encounter actions in theory, but you have to do these encounter actions at a different location, which is usually not possible unless you are allowed to beam somewhere or so. I don't know. But yeah, I think let's take that action again, even though it's highly boring, I suppose, but I think we want to make, and this time we made it. Okay, good that I did it, and I really hope I didn't mess this one up. Awesome. So we were successful, which again means we are allowed to draw another agenda card into our hand. Keep in mind, we are allowed up to 4 in our hand, and here we have, yeah, of course, it's the exact opposite of the one we have. But again, right now, the railroad is in the lead. So, and it doesn't matter who we have pledged loyalty to, it still gives us 1 point for the card plus 1 point because the railroad is in the lead. So this is already 2 points on its own, plus the 2 we already have in our hand. So in theory, or not in theory, in practical, we already have 4 influence points. And again, we need, let me verify that, so I'm not forgetting that, exactly, we need 11 of those in order to immediately win the game. Next, we have to stage card 81, and guess what? It's the 84 card. So in theory, and not just in theory, again, we can move. We have discovered Vault 84 already. Go there and take an encounter action. Again, you can't encounter those vaults unless you have a card in play or a stack in play that allows you to do that. And each of these vaults will in theory have their own deck of cards. Okay, nice. Let's put that in here. So we have basically found it, and we have someone explained us to Pip-Boy, so now we are trashing this card. Those were our two actions. Let's reveal the next card. Freedom. Okay, the stars are moving. Again, right now I don't think we have any stars on the board, and the robots will move. We do have the sentry bot on the board here. It will start moving toward us. And yeah, also a level 3, which is a pretty brutal one. And he also comes with a ranged attack. Nasty. Back to us, and given our current situation with the newly drawn agenda card we have, and in relation to the all aboard quest card up here, we could locate synths and convince them to cast off their bond. So we could take a quest action adjacent to one of these institute fellas. Yeah, we just need to take a quest action. This would drive up the star, which would give us another influence point. We would gain 3 caps, and we would be staging some more cards, which would give us more capabilities. I think adjacent also counts on the same space, otherwise it doesn't really make sense, right? Yeah, I think so. I think so. That does count. So let's take that quest action here. Again, we are adjacent to that space. If I'm wrong, let me know. So we don't have to do a test, which means this goes down immediately. Nicely done. We are getting 3 more caps. I think this one I will go for quantum Nuka-Cola. So we have to give up 2 of those. So we really have some money actually. And yeah, we can shop, but in order to shop, we have to take the corresponding action somewhere. But yeah, let's stage cards 20 and 1, 3, 4, and then we would be trashing this card here anyway. Let's have a look at those cards. Institutionalized. From the freed synths, you learn all about the Institute's hidden underground factory where they develop the synths. The only way you're going to be able to get in there is by posing as a member. So we can now either warn the Institute of the infiltrators, and we would be having kill any one robot, which there is one, but definitely hard. Wow, it would go up by 2, but that's actually right now, which we don't want. I think we are switching places now actually, and we'll go, but it's a PEA action with 4 successes. We could try that, quite honestly. Then we would gain another point. We could gain 3 experience points, and we would be staging some more cards. So maybe that's a potential thing to do actually. And here we have Flesh and Bone. The locals are in uproar. A young girl named Olivia has been run out of her home for being a synth. She says that if someone could just find her sister, she could prove false these ridiculous claims that she's some kind of a robot. Okay, we are adding card 135. Then we could interrogate Olivia at anyone. We are at this location actually, or we can encounter any until you find. Okay, so basically we are adding card 123 in this deck, which we could find relatively soon. Either way, we would be getting another agenda card, which again is never a bad thing. Okay, I really like how this game is developing so far. Let's add that card, and as I assumed, it will go into this deck. Again, I will it's really difficult to shuffle these cards. Again, I do this behind my back and I really don't count. I have no clue. It's one of these 2 cards on top of that deck. So I think overall we have some plans, and I think we still have an action, right? Yes, we have quested next to those fellas down here in Diamond City. What's next? What's next? Should I really try to buy stuff by interacting with Diamond City? I think we need a preparational turn sooner or later anyway. So with my second action, I will go for a normal encounter action. We are drawing the card from the corresponding deck. We are flipping this one over, and that's one of these starting cards that chose to start here. So let's see. A drunken man begins to rifle through your things as you look on in confusion. You watch for a moment before you stop him. "I'll take it all," he says, and begins to count out of caps from his pocket. So I can walk away, or I can sell your belongings. I want to walk away. I mean, I don't want to sell stuff, right? That's the idea. You give the man a quizzical look and go about your business. Okay, we can shop. Unfortunately, we are only allowed to shop once. The way how this works, similar to Runebound, we are drawing a card, adding it to the row, and then we get to buy one of those. And I think in theory can only also sell now, but that would be our shop action. So here we have the flight helmet, which gives us another defense, and our wall suit actually allows us to have another one of those apparel items. During a fight, if you roll a head result, increase your by 1. doing that fight. Okay, that is not terrible. We have the 10mm pistol, which is now also ranged, which is nice. It gives us an A. We do have the A on our board, and during a fight, if you spend a thing result, exhaust this card. So it's basically out of ammo, and then we would have to exhaust it. But when we take a camp action, we can unexhaust. I think the 10mm pistol is the better deal, actually. Yeah, I think so. So let's spend 4 coins, 4 caps, to go for the 10mm pistol. So we are not discarding anything down, because again there will always be 4 of those. If I wouldn't have bought something, then Curry would have been removed. And this is a bot. Can I buy this bot for free, basically? Oh no, I think I do need the, I think I need the requirement up here, which is one of those. I don't have any of these attributes. I believe these are this here sanctified or so, which I don't have. Okay, it is what it is. But yeah, we have bought a pistol, which now gives us a reroll on an A. Okay, that is lovely, and it's range. I think that's the important piece. So we no longer have to be that frightened from enemies that are having a ranged attack, I guess, unless this card is discarded. Okay, that was truly helpful. Cool stuff. Okay, that was our round. Let's reveal the next agenda card. Okay, a lot of things will happen. These fellas will move, but again, they are not attacking us. Anyway, we have one down there. But I believe because I have declared loyalty, they will not take us into account. So I believe they are not going to move. Then the insects will move. So the red scorpion will 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess we get to choose. I want him here, because then we are at least able to attack him. And the robot will also move. Right now we are not adjacent. He will not fight. He can't fight us, so he will move in here. But again, the fight check is done before they are moving. And they are still 1 space away. So I think overall we are still in an okay shape. Okay, ultimately, I think we want to go to the railroad here. The problem, I think we have, we would get a star from that. And I think this is definitely crucial. On the other hand, do we already have enough? Because again, whenever we increase any of those values, it will drive the game forward. And I'm not so sure if that's what I want to do or not. We could go after the flesh and bone though. The problem with flesh and bone is we can interrogate at our current location, but we don't have any rerolls for that. We only need 3. That is good, but still I don't feel like it. Or we can simply go looking for her missing sister. So we could go to these wasteland spaces. That's what I check now until we find. So we have to do that basically twice maximum, because we know how we have staged that deck. And then we would be also getting our 4th agenda card, which could help us. And then we would be trashing this card and stage another card. So we would again continue to drive the story. Over here we do have a location, but I think we can't make it. We could move 1, 2 spaces in here, and then we could take a ranged damage action. Of course, again, we have our 10mm pistol, which will also drive down the overall amount of stars that this fella is generating. And then we have some time, actually. Honestly, I do like my chances here. Or we could also simply explore. I think we also have to start exploring, actually. But I think we already have some things to do. No, let's do that. So we are generating 2 movement points, 1 and 2, and then we will go for an attack. We will attack the red scorpion here. Again, we have our 10mm pistol with us. It comes with a ranged icon. Because the red scorpion doesn't have a ranged weapon, we are getting a bonus against it. Nice. Okay, we already know the drill. We will be rolling our 3 VATS dice, and I'm not sure, I think I explained that incorrectly. I do have a ranged weapon which simply generates 1 hit against it. So the red scorpion is already dead. No matter what we are rolling, the red scorpion is a goner, but still we have to roll that. So this is good. This is, we were taking 1 damage, because that would still happen. it will still happen. They can still do damage against us, even though they are somewhat limited. We do have the A. We have an A on our board, which again allows us to use this as a reroll. And I think let's try that. Let's try to reroll that. And no, it is okay. It basically didn't change the result. So we did do 2 damage in theory. So this red scorpion is no more. We can block one of those stars because of the walled suit, but 1 star is still coming through. It's a level 1, which means we are taking 1 damage, but we are also getting 1 experience point here, and this red scorpion is out of here anyway. We are going to spawn a new one face down at the nearest location here. Overall, I think this was quite okay. Let's draw the final agenda card. First of all, we will fully resolve it. So these will move, and yeah, the mutant will reactivate. At least we know what is coming. Super mutant brute, still a level 3. I think these are all bad, quite honestly. And because we have now drawn the last agenda card, we will give this one a shuffle, basically resetting the clock. The more cards you draw, the faster the clock will tick. And because we went through the timer deck, the agenda deck here, we will also increase the game clock accordingly. In the normal mode of the game, basically all of these counters would move down. In the solo mode, only the token that is behind will move. And if they're both on the same stage, they will then continue to move simultaneously. So we basically just lost 1 influence point, and that was the box coming down on me. Not sure if I should consider this an omen or not. I still think I want to stay on target, so I will generate 1 or basically 2 movement points. 1 movement point I will spend to move in here, and then I guess we are going to encounter the wasteland space. And oh, I think this is this the card? No, it's not the card actually. It's not the card, it's another card we have staged. If all aboard is no longer staged, which is it not, trash this card and encounter the next card. Okay, we have taken care of that. Interesting twist of events. So let's draw, and this has to be the sister. Exactly, it has to be. If Flesh and Bone is no longer staged, it is staged. Trash this card and encounter the next card. No, we are good. A couple of landmarks catch your eye as you approach the area. This is the place where that girl Olivia said her sister was last seen. Looks dangerous, but you could go poking around to see if there is any truth to it. Okay, so we can now either look for Olivia's sister or we can ignore it and search for loot. No, we were going to search for Olivia's sister. That much was clear. We are really this trusty kind of vault dweller. No, we want to help. We still want to help. You see the body of a girl lying under an overhang. When you turn it over, you see the body doesn't just have a familial resemblance to Olivia. It is Olivia. The girl you spoke to was a synth who replaced her. Suddenly, you see movement. She sent you here as a trap. Complete the Flesh and Bone quest. And then we draw basically one of those. Draw and fight. Complete the Flesh and Bone quest. I think it has to be this one down here, I guess. Yeah, because we did this. Exactly. We found Olivia's sister. Exactly. So we were gaining another agenda card. Okay, nice. It's one of those again. Okay, this worked out to be just perfect, actually. Again, all the more reasons. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 influence points, and this is currently 1 point each. So we are at 6 points. If we increase the star by 1 more stage, this 2 combined would be 2 more victory points. Then we would be already at 8. So now we really see a pattern. Which I really do enjoy. But then we have to encounter our enemy. Not sure why this is one of these whatever creatures, and it's a red roach. It is durable. I think when it does hit us, we're getting red damage. It's level 1. So overall, it should be manageable. It's no longer a ranged fight. So let's roll those dice. And again, this was pretty terrible. We have seen that result before, actually. So I guess we have to use the 1 reroll we have right now to reroll one of those. And we need arms or legs, basically. And no, we didn't do it. We're not taking damage, which is okay, because yeah, we have 1 here, but we also didn't kill it. And I think it doesn't go away, right? Draw and fight, yeah. If we are not defeating it, the red roach will remain here. Interesting. Anyway, I think afterwards, yeah, we are going to trash the flesh and bone card and this one too. Okay, we cleaned up a little bit. I do believe we still had a movement point. Yeah, we moved in there. We encountered. Yes, we should still have a movement point left. So let's, should we move out here? No, let's move into this space for now. No, this guy is over here. Yeah, that's that. And I think, yeah, that's already the end of the round. Let's draw our agenda card. Freedom. I would really love this card here as well. So the stars are moving. We don't have any stars, but the sentry bot is also activated. We'll always try to move closer to us. Again, the combat check is something that you do basically before it is moving, and then once it's moved, it's not immediately attacking you, unless again it's aggressive and it's in the same space as you. In this case, we should be okay. Back to our turn, and I think we want to explore first. I really want to show you more stuff from the wasteland. And here we have boxcar. That is not too bad, actually. There are no enemies on this token, and I think we could get there actually with one movement action. And then from there, we could, in theory, try to make our run towards the railroad. Let's do that. 1 and 2 into boxcar here. That was already the entirety of our turn. Let's draw the next agenda card. The Raiders is going to be activated, and a monster. I think we don't have any monsters on the board yet, if I am not mistaken. No. Apart from that, in active form, we don't have any Raiders on the board. So now they would be moving. There are none. And after they have moved, we are activating anyone. It's Raider Scum level 1 with 1 defense and also ranged. But okay, nothing to worry about here. Okay, back to us. I think I will do at least one more round. We are down here at the boxcar, so we are going for an encounter action. Let's draw that card. There is a small gathering around the various traders and mercenaries here. You shoulder your way through the other wastelanders to get a look at all the goods. Go shopping as normal, try to steal an item. That's not something we would do. No. I really would roleplay this a little bit. Look for better deals than this. No, I actually do think I want to either go for that flight helmet or the red away. Both are really cool, so I will shop normal because I'm very happy with what I'm seeing here. So I will go shopping as normal. The traders and mercenaries are more than happy to do business with you. Okay, we can shop once. So again, we are drawing an extra card, and that's formal wear, which we can't really afford. During a test, use a C at 1 hit, ignore all companion requirements. That's not too bad, but I think I want to go for the flight helmet. So I'm spending my 5 here. I'm getting 1 back, and this is the flight helmet. And again, my wall suit allows me to equip an additional apparel item like this one, and we're adding these together. Nice. I should still have an action. I'm adjacent to this tile, so let's explore. And here we have the palisades, and yeah, they do come with another one of those pesky mutant folks. And here we have the super mutant overlord. Yeah, I think maybe that was stupid. I should have prepared. I think moving down here to the railroad should be the final thing to do in order to hopefully win the scenario. But this is getting really brutal. This could be very dangerous. I mean, I'm now better prepared going after a level 3, but again, level 3 really means I have to hit it 3 times, and only the hat is vulnerable, which is already kind of a bummer. We have the ranged weapon, so yeah, there is a chance, but also it means every star that we are seeing will inflict 3 hits, which could be pretty brutal. This was the end of our round. Let's draw the next agenda card, security. So again, the shield will be moving in. Yes, of course, both of these fellas will move. He's moving in here. Now I really do have an incentive trying to take him out, and I think he will move over here. On the other hand, can he move faster? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, it's the same deal, so I think I get to choose, and I want him there for sure. I think for today I will end my playthrough. Yeah, let's do that. Not sure how well I'm doing. I feel I'm making some progress. I'm getting prepared here. And I really hope as of the next episode, I will be able to speed things up. There were still one or two things which I had to explain you, like the test for these normal quests, for example, things like that. But I think as of the next episode, things should be relatively clear. And there were a lot of edge cases today, which is also why I wanted to stop. So just giving you some room, sending in, let's say, any potential corrections or things that I have missed. So the longer I play, the more difficult it gets to repair these mistakes. That's the reason why I usually don't do full kind of playthroughs in these kind of videos. Giving you a platform to interact with me, basically telling me, hey, you screwed up here and there. That's basically what I'm trying to say. I really hope that's okay with you. Anyway, let me know what I should be doing next. I'm getting a little bit tempted going after this super mutant overlord. It will level up. We get some more stuff, some more loot, which is good. There is an okay chance we still have some healing here. So I think overall we are in an okay shape. And I'm right now not so sure if I should be moving towards World 84 actually, because the ultimate goal is down here at the railroad. I think I still want to replace one of my agenda cards here with a security one. I really don't think it helps me. Maybe I find something better and easier to achieve. I mean, these two are basically contradicting each other. I think you clearly see it doesn't make sense. It still gives me 1 point. So don't let me lie, it's still valuable. This card down here, we could gain +1 victory point if we are also well rested. So if we're at 10 and taking a camp action, we would basically immediately win the game. On the other hand, yeah, I'm not sure if you are also, I think we have to resolve them from top down to bottom. So I think we can't resolve this one unless we also have the 3 or more drug items. I'm relatively certain that's the case here. Could give me really a lot of points, but yeah, in order to do this, we have to do that. I think this makes sense, right? Anyway, hope you are still somewhat enjoying this. I really do enjoy this thing, a big deal actually. I really didn't think it would be as much fun actually. Again, the co-op mode was okay, but I played the co-op mode, I don't know, 2-3 years ago. I played the multiplayer, so the competitive mode, maybe 6 months ago, and again, I didn't particularly like it because of the swinginess of the game. Really depends which cards you're drawing here for these agenda cards and whatnot. So if someone is really getting all the good cards and working in their favor in respect to how these factions are progressing, then things could be pretty boring for you actually. I really didn't enjoy it as much. But this solo mode here and the co-op mode, really, I think this is how this game is supposed to be played, even though the cooperative mode was something they have put in last. Basically, solo mode was in there as part of the core game already. That's basically what I'm playing here, but co-op has been added, I think, with the second expansion. I think Atomic Bonds came second as far as I can remember. So I could be wrong, but it came relatively late. Let's put it like this. Anyway, hope you are still enjoying this. Hope to see you soon in one of my other videos. And yeah, until then, bye bye.